Shakti, 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 Namaste. My name is Kirk Kerber. I'm a world-class psychic medium, spiritual advisor, trauma therapist, and shamanic practitioner and shamanic initiated shamanic healer. What's going on, guys? Today is a sweet and short, brief video. I'm going to show you how to break curses. I'm going to show you how to cleanse the space and reconnect to a higher power that is all-loving, all-knowing, divine intelligence that you can access at any time for whatever reason. So, first of all, I've lit candles on my altar. It's an altar to love, it's an altar to light, it's an altar to intelligence. I'm also coming up on 38 or 39 years in recovery, sober. So we prepare the altar and we create a space where the divine and divine intelligence can exist in our home and in our mind. It's been said that a human being cannot understand a divine being, but a divine being can understand a human being. So having said that, I'm not here to tell you what God or Goddess is and what the worship of your heart and soul has to be, but I believe there's infinite divine intelligence. And when I do psychic mediumship for my clients, that's what I access. And then I just trust that I will get the information for the person that they need and have come to me for. So here's this great thing that I bought. New York City has all these flea markets, and it's a incense burner or a sage burner, and it's truly one of my favorite things. So if you want to go overboard, you know, on the ephemera, you know, the incense, the Palo Santo, the white sage, you know, the altar should reflect you. It should reflect you and what you believe. Some people go to the crystals. Some people go to a lot of candles. Some people may read the tarot. So you're gonna have, I have divine contemplations on certain cards, or I'll pick a card. My altar is also full of essential oils, and when I do in person, I will anoint you with an oil that you like. My own homemade blends. Some of them are to make your life force stronger. Some of them are to anoint you with love. Some of them are to anoint you with magic and to restore your own personal magic. Magic and miracles. So, to me, magic is the intention of having the intention. This is what I'd like. This is what I'd like to create. This is what I'd like to have. This is what I'm moving toward. And then you basically release it up to the universe and ask for this magic to go through the world, or ask for this miracle. Miracles and magic are basically the same thing. And you are trying to petition God and angels for something. So, I don't know, it's about being completely and totally aligned without any conflict about what you want. And, we're all on a learning arc. So some people's magic is more powerful. I was watching E.T. last night, and I started crying in the bicycle scene when they all go up. I'm going to start crying now because it was so beautiful. And Steven Spielberg and that movie, that's magic. That's a form of magic. It's magic and it's medicine. So I'm here to create stuff like that. And so you're going to take a white sage, Shakti, Shakti, Namaste. You know, just a basic piece. And so now I'm going to anoint you. I'm going to break every evil curse, and all toxic energies are going to be banished. Shakti, Shakti, Namaste. And we're going to restore divine protection. Especially people that are full of love and light. For whatever reason, the universal consciousness attacks that. Like, oh, we can't have any love. We can't have any light. We can't have... while it also puts the idea out there that you're supposed to be loving, you're supposed to be a loving person, and you're supposed to be a person of light. And it's really like a reality of attack right now. And so in order to protect ourselves, now the beginning of all witchcraft began because these people were these very non-judgmental herbal healers. Most of them women, lived in the forest, didn't bother anybody, and the church attacked them, hunted them, burned them down. And they were just loving midwives. And so basically hundreds of years of having their own tribe, kindred being killed, they started creating banishment rituals and using their minds for magic protection. And so the banishment spell is really the beginning of witchcraft. So what we do is, there's toxic people, and the toxic people come in, especially if you're an empath or any kind of a healer, or you have witchy magic power, and it's obvious. There will always be this toxic bitch that tries to rape you of your power and put some curse on you. And so you go like this, and then the incense comes out. I just love this thing. So I'm wishing you infinite amounts of unconditional love in every reality. If you've never seen me before, this is my shaman hair. And hair that is standing straight up is the presence of magic, actually. So if you want to have shaman hair, go for it. So I'm on a forum that is, it has 15,000 readers and 12,000 views a month, and it's all about mediumship. And I wrote an article about curses. Somebody asked me, are curses real? And so I was writing, it's like a social media platform it's really intelligent, where you can ask any kind of question, and then the algorithm will start feeding the question to people, and people answer it, and you get to read all the answers. So what I call a curse is probably not what another person is going to call a curse, but I live in a divine reality. I live in a reality where I seek the divine and divine intelligence and conscious contact with the divine all day long, for myself and my home and my clients. So I'm in a state of mediumship. I'm in a trance state most of the day, all day. In any event, so curses upon you. Go back to you can go back to your family. Usually, the person that's the healer or the artist will also have a sibling. If you have a sibling, one sibling will attack you like a parasite and just do everything in their power to invalidate you and harm you and suck away your life force, even physically and or sexually abuse you. It's a guarantee and a promise. The more light that you walk in with, the more they're going to attack. And so it's usually somebody that, because it's a sibling, you don't know you're supposed to even protect yourself. You know, you walk in and it's like, oh, this is my family. These are the people that are supposed to protect me. And you always have one sibling, especially for gay people or healers or artists or empaths. There's always one parasite that will abuse you and try to knock you out of your body. So is that a curse? Absolutely. You know what I mean? Anytime anybody has abused you, that's a curse. Anytime somebody comes for you, so to speak, that's a curse. They're trying to curse you. They're trying to strip you of your energy. They're trying to put doubt in your mind about who you are. And they're unbelievably jealous. And, you know, they say that empathy without boundaries is suicide. So people doing those things, those are curses, you know. So what we want to do is break those curses. And so energetically, I've studied energy for 40 years. Energetically, that person is trying to attach to your energy and your aura and take your energy. So anytime you're in it with somebody, they're trying to devalue you and take away your love and your light and your energy. And it takes an empath. The more of an empath you are, the more parasites that will show up until you learn how to protect yourself from them. So is that a curse? These people coming in, they are cursing you. They're taking up space in your mind. And you need to, it needs to be addressed spiritually, psychically, metaphysically. And so what I'm saying to you today is I'm breaking all curses. I want you to break the curses with me. You know, my stepmother, I break the curse. My older sister, I break the curse. You know, the brother that abused me, I break the curse. Then we break the curse. My cousin that abused me sexually, I break the curse. So you break the curse, and then, so it's like being in a trance. They have put you in a weird trance and told you, you know, that you're the person to be abused. Then you start walking around with that, and it just keeps looping. And everybody you encounter and all the people you attract from then on are going to be abusers also. And in some cases, you get so abused, you turn around and become a narcissist, and then you become the abuser. I don't want to be the abused person anymore, so I'll just abuse somebody before they abuse me. And it's a vicious cycle. And so the collective consciousness is working on all these things, trying to cut ties with ancestral lineages that are dark and evil and vicious and attacking, and you know, we need to clear all that out. So yes, those curses are taken off. So I want you later in your spiritual practice to repeat these words or something like it. You know, all curses are disintegrating away. A curse from this day forward, toxic energy is a curse. And toxic abuse, sexual abuse can never stick to me or my mind. Then, as I said, the beginning of all witchcraft, now you have a classic banishment spell. You banish them away. I banish these people and these ties to my energy and mind because they're parasitic ties. They literally want to be in your energy and plug in and be able to just come on the astral and just suck it all out. And that was the intention of the abuse in the first place, was to put you in a type of trance of being abused. And so you're not there anymore. You're disassociated and you can't be present. So yes, I now, here, now, forever and always, banish all curses upon my body, my mind, my spirit, or anything I ever touch. The curses are disintegrating in peace, joy, and safety, with the help of a loving God and loving angels and a loving Mother Goddess that protects us all and is an energy of love and light and intelligence. Shakti, Amen. The next thing you do is you start feeling these energetic ties disintegrating. And sometimes when you're doing this work, when I do this work with a client, that the person that's the abuser to the client will like just show up at their house, or they will just start calling frantically. I need to talk to you, because they know that the tie is being cut. They know that the tie is being cut, and they don't want that, and they panic. They're losing an energy source, which is you. So in some cases, I tell them, you're going to have no contact with this person. If you really want to get into your body and you really want to break the cycle and the vicious cycle of your own self-doubt, you did not come here in this body to be abused and sexually abused and molested by other fucked up toxic parasites. You didn't. God's will for you is love and light and divine intelligence and ecstasy and self-actualization, in my opinion. That's the God that I pray to. A God that makes magic and makes healing and makes miracles through me for the benefit of the people I work with. Because I've been called the master of energy. Shakti. So yes, disintegrate, break the curse, get out of the trance, and then, with radically, vehemently prejudice, banish them. So I'm not going to do a banishment spell other than just they're banished. You can just throw your arms in the air, throw your own spell, or you can go online and Google classic banishment spells. You can't even count them all. So, and some people work to banish a person for you. If you come to me as a client, I have to have your permission to do that. You have to give me permission. But if you say, I want to banish my mom, or I want to banish this person at work, I do that. Yeah, you can hire me and I'll get rid of them on the astral. So that's kind of like our little lesson about curses and reclaiming your power. Because I was in a meeting last night and somebody was asking about, people that abuse them. And I said, you have to call your power back. And I woke up and I did a cleansing ritual on the house, plus disintegrating any and all ties to anybody that abused me in the past, or anybody that doesn't see me like as I am. You know what I mean? I had family members that were unbelievably jealous of me and abused me. And, they still want to come in and remind you that you're a freak or something. And, anybody watching this, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Sometimes they do it with Christianity and they tell you, you're a bad person. These gay kids, have to go to therapy to turn them into heterosexuals. The American family is like a cult of terror, really. It's not a loving group where you protect and support each other. It's a place of fear and terror and abuse and molestation. And so those are my clients that come to me and they're like, Kirk, you're never going to believe this. I'm embarrassed to tell you this. And I'm like, I've been sitting in recovery meetings for over 30 years. I'm certified in 4 types of trauma therapy. And I was also diagnosed with PTSD. And I'm a therapist. I'm going to believe you. I promise. Tell me what happened. So, that's the other thing. I mean, just telling the story to another person is also very healing, and it's a form of disintegrating the curse and the beginning of banishing. And the tragedy is that why all these things had to happen, really powerful healers, it's unbelievably common to have a 5-star abuse story, so to speak. It's like the more powerful the healer, the worse the abuse story is. So if you've got this unbelievable abuse story, it's because you're a powerful healer and you're bringing an unbelievably powerful light to this reality that is been taken over by darkness. So if you do have that abuse story and you are a healer, you know, that's kind of the drill. We come in, we get raped, we get abused within an inch of our lives, and then what happens is our psychic centers pop open. They just parts of the brain that a normal person would never have open because we feel like our lives are being threatened, especially in sexual abuse or violent physical abuse. If there's active addiction or alcoholism, I've heard a lot of stories about, you know, the mom was an alcoholic and brought men into the house, and then the men turned around and physically beat the kids or sexually molested the kids, or that people were having parties all the time, the parents, and, you know, some of them got to the kids and molested them in the middle of the night, all kinds of shit. So, you know, if you have that kind of story, it's time for you to walk out of the shame and give it light and let it go and repair. So the tragedy is not so much that you were abused, but now you're basically 2 quarts low and your light has been taken away from you, and you can't come here and do what you were meant to do, to become a healer, create magic, create medicine, and access divine intelligence, you know, write a play, a movie, a song. So you just find that people that were unbelievably abused, they always, you know, like really hardcore stuff, like Teal Swan's story, they end up, and my story, you end up, all these parts of your brain that normally would not open up immediately because they have to. And so I think I walked in a 5-star psychic medium, but then the abuse and insanity of my family, my older sister viciously like beat me in the face constantly, took away my toys, and just would smack me around without warning. You know, she was like 15 years older. I mean, it wasn't even a fair fight. And because of all that, like, I just think when I went right up into my crown, and the crown chakra just opened, and all the psychic centers opened, and I just started to know things automatically, because there's nobody to protect you, and there's nobody to rescue you. So literally you become a full-blown psychic in those experiences. You know, you get to start to access angels and divine intelligence, even though you don't know what the fuck you're doing as a kid. Angels start coming around the person that has been abused. Anyways, something just opened up. So, Shakti, Namaste. So what you need to do is energetically disintegrate those people's energy. You need to disintegrate any and all tied to those people. There's no really need to have some big, you did this to me, and they're not going to admit that they did anything. That's why they're fucked up parasites. There's no accountability. They're never going to admit it. Then if you try to say it, sometimes they're just going to say you made it up. You're just imagining things. And they try to gaslight you. So get the gaslighters, the parasites, and the abusers out. That's my message to you. In love, joy, peace, and safety. And it can be done. So I'm wishing you infinite blessings in every reality imaginable. So then we break the curses, we get rid of the evil trance they put us in, and we reclaim our body, our mind, and our energy, and we call our energy back. And then we, with extreme prejudice, psychically, mentally, and spiritually, banish them forever. Banish them the fuck out. Yeah. No, you just get the fuck out. Period. And if I'm working with a client and you want somebody banished, I will fucking banish them, because I'm like the world's protector of psychic, spiritual, gifted children, adults that come to me, you know. I'm one of the protectors because I know what happened and nobody protected me. So I grew up to be big and strong and get all my light back. And I didn't kill myself. So yes, Uncle Kirk will protect you no matter what. So give me a call. Anyway, so that's the riff. We are surrounded by golden love light here in the Cyber Temple of Love. And my name is Kirk Kerber. It would be my pleasure to assist you. And I'm wishing you special blessings for your healing. We're all healing together. Everybody's healing together. And we're all doing this work together. And if you have any questions, you can contact me at kirktv@gmail.com. And your aura is being cleaned. We're sending you that clean, golden, silver, love light energy today. And wishing you infinite amounts of love in every reality. I have over 300 vids online, like 400 hours of metaphysical content. So please check it out. I'm here for you. I'm here to expand you, protect you, and heal you. Shakti Namaste. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Remember, it's not about power. It's about grace. Shakti.